Jungkook's anger boiled over as he clenched his fist. The memory of Wayne's escape fueling his frustration, he muttered curses under his breath. His knuckles turned white as he pounded the steering wheel, the car's horn blaring in sync with his rage. Jungkook muttered through clenched his teeth. Jungkook, for the sake of your daring escape, I will make your day vanish. Bend your knee. I won't easily forgive your foolish mistake. He started the car angrily, his temper flaring. There were no CCTV recordings from the restaurant due to a malfunction, but he had already dispatched over 3,000 of his guards to find her, and he continued to search for her as well. She successfully escaped from him and is now walking somewhere quickly, not running while hiding her face with a scarf. Vine muttered to herself, I shouldn't go to my dad. If I do, Jungkook will definitely catch me. I know where I should go. She walked nervously, fearing that Jungkook would find her if she was left. As she moved, a car stopped in front of her, causing her to skip a beat. She froze in place. She understood that if she were caught by him, she would have to endure his relentless aggression. She began to turn to run when the car door opened, but her attention shifted as she realized that it wasn't Jungkook or one of his guards. Instead, it was a man she had seen somewhere else before, though she couldn't quite place him. Ken, what really? He asked in surprise, struggling to believe what he was hearing on the call. The person on the other end repeated the information. Jack, yes boss. According to our information, Voyan has escaped from Jungkook. Also, we have a good chance to finding her before he does. Ken, send me her location. I will be there. Jack, no need boss. I can bring her to you. Ken, you do your work, but I'll do my best. We shouldn't underestimate Jungkook. He can change the situation in the blink of an eye. Jack, okay boss. Then Ken hung up the car and bursting into laughter. Jack, Wine, right? Wine didn't answer. She looked at him suspiciously, wondering who he was. Jack, I know you are Wine. Do you remember me? Wine shook her head in confusion. Then Jack's smile appeared friendly. Jack, this is your dad's friend Tristan. Wine continued to study him, trying to recall her dad's friends' names. She couldn't match the face to a name, but since her dad had mentioned a friend named Tristan from a meeting with Ken, she decided to believe him. Wine, oh sorry. Jack, where are you going, Wine? Wine, I'm going home. Jack smirked and brushed his hair back. Jack, wow, what a coincidence. I'm headed that way too. I can drop you off. Come on, get in the car. He opened the car door for her. Wine hesitated, recalling that she had decided not to go to her dad's home. But she wanted to see her dad, so she hesitantly agreed. Wine, thanks uncle. She got into his car while he took the driver's seat and he started driving. She interlocked her fingers, trying to calm herself as she was finally on her way to meet her dad. And Jack continued to smirk, knowing he was actually taking her to camp. Wine's calmness started to fade as she realized that the route he was taking wasn't leading to her dad's home. Her eyebrows frowned. Wine, how is your family? Inside Jack's mind. Family? What am I supposed to say about my family? Well, I can say something without hesitation, as she also appears to have limited knowledge of her dad's friends. Jack, my family is fine, and I forgot to ask you, how are you? He continued, focusing on the road, and asked her, and she didn't reply. Instead, she stared at him with fear. Wine, stop the car. He looked at her with a smile, as if there was nothing wrong. Didn't stop the car. Jack, why? Wine, are you gonna stop the car or not? Jack understood that she might have cut onto something and was become suspicious. Jack, the car won't stop until it reaches the cut plus Wine. He smirked, revealing his true intentions. She believed he would harm her, so without thinking she opened the car door and jumped out of the moving car. Jack was shocked. He couldn't have guessed that she would jump. He quickly braked the car and got out to catch her. After falling from moving car, she had injuries and scratches on her face. She managed to get up, and despite the pain, limping heavily, she found refuge in the underbrush, hiding there. After a while, Jack arrived and looking around and searching for her, but he didn't notice her hidden there. She carefully picked out, but then a car passed by and stopped at a distance. She looked around, but Jack still didn't appear. She decided to approach the car to ask for help, limping as she went, but her heart froze when she saw Jack blocking her way with the evil smirk on his face. Jack, did you think I left? He was gripping her hair, pulling, making her hair, and then she struggled, saying let her go, but he isn't loosen his grip. She kicked his private part, which made him lift her hair, his hands, and went to his private part, holding, groaning. She was suffering and trying to reach the car despite her injuries, while Jack, still in pain, was walking behind her, attempt to stop her. Vaughn finally reached the car and started banging her hands on it, trying to open the door, even though she was too weak. She continued to bang on the door until it suddenly opened, revealing Jungkook stepped out of the car. Her heart sank, and she froze in prayer, staring at him with fear. He approached her with a dark gaze. But when he noticed the scratches on her face, his eyes widened. Before he could ask her, his eyes fell on Jack, who was approaching her while clearly in pain. Jungkook quickly guessed what had happened between them. His anger surged like molten lava, wanting to kill Jack, but he controlled himself. Instead, he looked at Vine, expecting her to ask for help. But she wasn't asking for his help, but simply staring at him. Jungkook, do you need my help? Vine didn't want to ask his help, but Jungkook, trying to control his patience, asked her again. Jungkook, I asked you, do you need my help? Vine, I don't need your help. Jungkook became extremely angry, wanted to slap her despite the danger she was in. She was deserted, is not wanting to seek his help. Angry, Jungkook threw a punch and she closed her eyes, expecting to be hit, but when she opened her eyes, she saw that Jungkook had punched Jack over her shoulder, not her. Jack fell to the ground, knocked out by just one punch. It was a single blow that had rendered him unconscious rather than her kick.